The symbols you mark on your skin were never random. Some symbols did not survive time by accident. They crossed civilizations, religions, and empires. The butterfly, the heart, the lion, the anchor, the rose. They left temples, crests, and myth and arrived on skin. Maybe they are not just drawings. Maybe they are marks of what each of us lives inside. Because certain symbols are not chosen. They reveal who we are becoming. The butterfly, the code of metamorphosis. Few symbols have crossed so many cultures with as much force as the butterfly. It is not merely a delicate insect. It is one of humanity's greatest archetypes of transformation. The butterfly represents metamorphosis, rebirth, freedom, and the evolution of the soul. Unlike other symbols that simply suggest change, it literally embodies the process. Dying in one form to be born in another. It is no coincidence as so many people choose the butterfly as a tattoo or a personal symbol. But what exactly has this symbol carried for thousands of years? And why does it remain so present in our collective psyche? The symbolic power of the butterfly arises from its own biology. Its life cycle unfolds in 4 stages: egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, and winged form. During the cocoon phase, the caterpillar almost completely dissolves its structures, break down so that a new organism can be formed. This radical transformation inspired ancient civilizations. In ancient Greece, the word psyche meant both soul and butterfly, connecting the creature to the idea of spirit and immortality. In Japan, it symbolizes the living soul and femininity. For many indigenous peoples of North America, it represents change and renewal. In Mexico, it is associated with the spiritual return of ancestors. Throughout history, the butterfly was never merely aesthetic. It has always been spiritual, existential, and profoundly symbolic. Perhaps your life is in a cocoon phase. Perhaps you feel yourself dissolving, losing former versions of who you were. But the butterfly teaches us that deconstruction is not the end. It is preparation. Before wings can exist, something must cease to exist. If you believe you are in a moment of transformation, comment and share. Which part of you is ready to grow wings? The heart, the invisible center of decisions. Few symbols are as universal as the heart. It appears in messages, flags, tattoos, religions, vows, and even in everyday language. We say follow your heart, speak from the heart, broken heart. But the heart was never merely a romantic icon. It represents the center of life, the essence of identity, the seed of emotion and courage. In nearly every culture, the heart symbolizes what makes us human. But where did this idea originate? That the heart is the core of the soul and of our decisions. And why has this symbol crossed millennia without losing its power? Since the earliest civilizations, the heart was seen as the center of human life. Long before modern science, it was considered the origin of emotion, consciousness, and vitality. In ancient Greece, Aristotle argued that the heart was the central point of human experience. In biblical traditions, it appears as the moral and spiritual core, a place of intentions and decisions. In ancient Egypt, this importance was equally evident. The heart was believed to carry the essence of the individual, and after death, it was symbolically weighed on the scale of truth, represented by the feather of Mat. If balanced, the soul could continue its eternal path. Over the centuries, this meaning was translated into art and symbolism. In the Middle Ages, the stylized form we recognize today began to consolidate, becoming one of humanity's most universal symbols. And even now, after all scientific advances, we still say that important decisions come from the heart, because symbolically, it continues to represent the core of our experience. Perhaps you're trying to rationalize everything, overanalyze, overcalculate, but the heart symbolizes something logic alone cannot resolve: inner direction. You are not moved only by what you think. You are moved by what you feel. Learning to listen to your own heart is not weakness. It is emotional maturity. If you believe you are learning to trust yourself more, comment and tell me. Today, are you following reason or the heart? The lion, the image of inner authority. Few symbols represent power as immediately as the lion. It does not need introduction. Its image communicates authority, courage, and sovereignty instantly. It appears on flags, coats of arms, thrones, religions, and empires. The lion does not symbolize only physical strength. It represents leadership, inner mastery, and presence. It is no accident that kings have been associated with it. But where did this connection between the lion and power originate? And why does it remain one of the most respected symbols in human history? The lion appears as a symbol of authority since the earliest civilizations of Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt, where it was associated with divine protection and royal power. In Babylon, the lion was linked to the goddess Ishtar, symbolizing strength and dominion. In Egypt, figures such as the goddess Sekhmet, with a lion's head, represented destructive power and protection. In Judeo-Christian tradition, the lion appears as a symbol of royalty and spiritual strength, as in the expression Lion of Judah. During the Middle Ages, it became one of the most common elements in European heraldry, representing bravery, nobility, and leadership. Over the centuries, the lion ceased to be merely a feared animal and became the universal image of legitimate power. But there is something even deeper within this symbol. The true lion does not live roaring. It walks with awareness of its own place. Perhaps strength is not about dominating others, but mastering yourself. If you are in a moment of claiming your inner authority, comment and answer. Have you been trying to prove your strength or build your presence? The anchor. The strength to remain amid chaos. The anchor is a silent symbol, yet immensely powerful. It does not represent movement. It represents firmness. In a world marked by instability, the anchor symbolizes stability, security, and hope. Unlike symbols that evoke conquest or transformation, the anchor speaks of endurance, of remaining, of resisting. And perhaps that is why it is so often chosen in tattoos and personal emblems. But how did a naval instrument become one of history's greatest icons of faith and balance? Originally, the anchor was simply an essential navigation tool, used to keep vessels stable amid currents and storms. Yet its meaning began to expand in the early centuries of Christianity. During periods of persecution in the Roman Empire, the anchor was used as a hidden symbol of hope and faith. Often discreetly associated with the cross, it came to represent spiritual security amid chaos. Throughout the Middle Ages, it became a symbol of moral firmness and perseverance. With the age of exploration, it also came to symbolize protection and safe return. Thus, the anchor ceased to be merely a nautical object and became a universal metaphor for inner stability. Perhaps you are moving through a storm. Perhaps everything around you feels unstable. But the anchor reminds us that stability is not the absence of chaos. It is the decision to remain firm despite it. If you are strengthening your roots amid difficulty, comment and tell me what serves as an anchor in your life today. The rose, beauty, pain, and human intensity. The rose is perhaps the most paradoxical symbol nature has ever created. It represents love and pain at the same time. Beauty and thorn, delicacy and resilience. It appears in romantic declarations, religious rituals, noble crests, and even political revolutions. It is not merely a flower. It is a symbol of emotional intensity. The rose speaks of passion, sacrifice, purity, and inner transformation. But how did a simple flower become one of the most universal icons of human experience? The symbolism of the rose dates back to antiquity. In Greece and Rome, it was associated with Aphrodite Venus, goddess of love, becoming a symbol of beauty and desire. In medieval Christian tradition, the rose acquired new meanings. The red rose came to symbolize blood and sacrifice, while the white rose represented purity and devotion. The mystical rose became a title attributed to the Virgin Mary. During the Middle Ages, the rose also appeared in heraldry and politics, as in the Wars of the Roses in England, where flowers symbolized rival dynasties. Over the centuries, the rose maintained its dual meaning. Love and suffering walk together. Its very structure reinforces this. Delicate petals, protected by sharp thorns. The rose teaches us something simple and profound. You can be strong and sensitive at the same time. The thorns do not cancel the beauty. They protect it. Perhaps the most difficult parts of your story are exactly what sustain your intensity. If you believe your scars are a part of your strength, comment and tell me, have you been hiding your thorns? Or learning to accept them? In the end, perhaps it was never merely about aesthetics. The butterfly speaks of transformation, the heart of inner direction, the lion of authority, the anchor of steadiness, the rose of intensity. They are not merely images. They are mirrors. And when one of these symbols reaches the skin, perhaps it is not to decorate, but to remember. To remember who you were, who you are, or who you are trying to become. Now, I want to know, which of these symbols most represents your current moment? Comment yours.